Hi there, I hope you've all been enjoying the podcast this weekend. If you've had time to listen, I think we had a good chat. I think we were all generally agreed that Memories of Murder is a masterpiece. So there is that. And yeah, there'll be plenty of fun in the weeks ahead, including an excuse to rewatch Miller's Crossing. So, a couple of things for this video. First of all, I finally got around to visiting the cinema again for the first time in a while to see a big movie, and it was James Bond, No Time to Die. It's really good, like really, really good. It's so good that it makes me consider revisiting the past few Daniel Craig films and perhaps reappraising them with the knowledge of the overall story arc. Action's fantastic. The moments that have comment on Bond's journey as a character and the emotional impact of certain events just works really well. It's right up there with the top tier Bond films for me. I've seen some what I think are quite silly complaints about it. I get a few of them. You know, this isn't a Bond film loaded with gadgetry, but you still get a couple of nice little devices in there. You get some nice cars. But you know, it has everything you want, but adds that bit more to prove a really worthwhile ending for Craig's tenure as Bond. So it's highly recommended. I'm kind of glad they delayed it so long so that if you wanted to make a choice to go to the cinema and it was available to you, then you could see it that way, because it is a fantastic big screen movie. So, other than Bond, I have been really delving into the world of the music video lately, and I'm sharing some of these now because when I built up my collection again, I shared some photos on Instagram and people really did think they were cool sets, because they are. The latest one that arrived was the Hammer and Tongs set. Hammer and Tongs are basically, now I can't remember the guy's name. It's the guy that's now directed Sing and did the Hitchhikers Guide to the Galaxy movie. He's certainly part of Hammer and Tongs. They did the music video for Coffee and TV by Blur, Pumping on Your Stereo by Supergrass, Badly Drawn Boy, what's the one I really like? Spitting in the Wind, which makes great use of Joan Collins. All different things here though. Fatboy Slim's Right Here, Right Now. Moloko video for a song called The Flip Side, Help the Aged by Pulp. It's a great selection, but I would say it's one of the least interesting selections from this lot. So I'm just going to go through them. It used to be the case that we would complain about people who'd come up through music videos because they didn't adjust to working within the medium of long form feature film. But I think that's really been shown over the years that as with everything, you get the good and the bad. So you get people that will still be stuck in the music video mentality, the tricks and flourishes and the fast editing, and not necessarily have a film good enough for that. And then you get people that have gone on a journey. Sometimes you can see the sort of kernel of their creative habitat here, and sometimes you don't. You know, particularly in the case of well, I don't know, with all of these anyway, I think you do see the development, but you know, famous people that came up through music videos were arguably one of the most famous was David Fincher. And I think what you see now is such a long way from what he did then, but he still had that eye. But yeah, it's amazing to see that full journey. So with these ones, Jonathan Glazer, now videos you may know him from, other than his fantastic work on the films Under the Skin, Birth, Sexy Beast. He really needs to do some more feature films. But on his music video side, he did Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai, Street Spirit by Radiohead, which is fantastic, Rabbit in Your Headlights by Uncle. Those are just a few. He did the famous Guinness Surfer advert with the, I think it's the Left Field tune on there. Tick fold, talk fold. That one. It's like I just pressed play on the advert, isn't it? Fantastic. Great set. And yeah, you can already see his dark stylings in that. Next, Anton Corbin. Now, I think these are different in quite a major way from his film work, but for example, the music videos you got from Anton Corbin were the video for Heart Shaped Box by Nirvana. Depeche Mode is in there a few times, one of them being It's No Good. The Killers, all these things that I've done. There's another couple of U2s. Joy Division, Atmosphere, unsurprisingly, considering some of his work elsewhere on Joy Division. So that's one where I don't think it kind of matches up to where he's gone, but it's still great to have those works and see sort of where he came up from. Someone who has always not been limited by budget when he has so much creativity is Michel Gondry, and this set is a lot of fun. You have the famous White Stripes videos, one there on the cover with the Lego, the one with everything being repeated and built up in editing. I think that's the hardest button to button, maybe. You've got Come Into My World, Kylie Minogue. You've got a fantastic, I think it's Chibo Mato by Sugar Water. Daft Punk, Around the World. You've got, is there some Chemical Brothers on there? Yeah, Star Guitar and Let Forever Be. Gondry likes to have kaleidoscopic effects, repetition, likes to do things practically as well that can really impress, and this showcases his boundless creativity at times. Just fantastic. If you've ever been disturbed by a music video or an advert in your life, then the chances are you have come across the work of Chris Cunningham. Chris Cunningham's music videos includes Portishead, Only You, and Madonna with Frozen, but starts to get darker with Africa Shocks, the left field tune featuring Africa Bambaataa, and really comes into his own with Aphex Twin, Window Licker, and Come to Daddy. Both are really disturbing music videos. He did the famous PlayStation video. He did a weird monkey drummer thing, and I would describe that better if there was another way to say weird monkey drummer thing. And yeah, this absolutely encapsulates his style and what he does, and what he does is very good and very dark. Spike Jonze, I think this shows you a great selection of his unique mix of style and bizarre sort of humour. Although a lot of these videos can also be quite sort of traditional but inventive. They're really good. You know, he famously did Praise You by Fatboy Slim. He also did, I believe, Weapon of Choice. But then you've got Buddy Holly by Weezer, which is a fantastic video. It's Also Quiet by Bjork, and different things. Sabotage by the Beast Boys is a cracking video. Cannonball by the Breeders. But yeah, there's California by Wax as well, Drop by the Far Side. There's a real mix of styles there, but throughout them all, it's Jones kind of having an idea and getting the job done, which is what he's tended to do with his movies over the years. One of the last ones I picked up in this set, Stefan Sidney, I'm going to say, did the video for Red Hot Chili Peppers with Scar Tissue, Alanis Morissette with Ironic, Garbage with Queer. It's a decent little selection as a mixtape, because that's the other reason I get these, is for kind of mixtapes. They're perfect to throw on in the background if you're having evenings in with friends or small parties. But it's not the best in the series, but the completest of me had to have it. It's good stuff. And last but not least, Mark Romanek. Mark Romanek did the video for 99 Problems by Jay-Z, but perhaps his most famous, having a quick look through here, yeah, I would say his most famous nowadays is the video for Hurt by Johnny Cash, which is also a great song. He did the video for Scream, Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. It's a really good video, and he's done some other really good stuff, including Are You Gonna Go My Way by Lenny Kravitz. But again, I don't think he's necessarily a person that's, I would always spot his style, but he has some really cool ideas for music videos. He's done a couple of things that are just naturalistic, but with added grit as well, I would say, including 9 Inch Nails' Closer. That's on here. And the Eels video for Novocaine for the Soul, which is a funky little video. So that is a pile that has just fallen to the floor. That is the selection of music videos DVDs that I have from that series, from Hammer and Tongs. And as I say, the response to the pictures on Instagram was pretty positive, and I thought I would go through them a little bit more. All of those DVDs tend to have extras, whether it's people talking about the directors or other excerpts from their works, or documentaries on there as well. If you can get the package together, they'll often have great little booklets in there. I highly recommend pretty much all of them, but it would depend on your musical taste. And you know, if music be the food of love, then stick one of those DVDs on.